strive and not to yield, to feel and give compassion, the pursuit of excellence. This evening is City of Duncan's annual meeting where we present awards. Please be upstanding, which you are already doing so, for His Worship Mayor Phil Kent and City Councillors.
So welcome everybody to the annual meeting of City Council. We're going to start with a short business portion of the meeting, and then we're going to get into the really fun stuff, which is the community award session part of our meeting. So I'm going to ask Minister Keith Simmons to give us an opening prayer.
Thank you, Barry Kent. Members of Council and all others who are gathered here today, I just want to tell you a little bit before I enter into prayer. I am one of many people who offer ministries of care and education and spiritual journey at Duncan United Church. And as one of those people, and because I'm currently president of the BC Conference of the United Church of Canada, I'd like to bring you greetings from my community to this community, and deep appreciation for everything that you all do on behalf of all who rely upon our city and all she has to offer. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge our presence here on the ancestral lands of the Cowichan people, and to hold up their care and their stewardship of this territory for thousands of years, and to call upon all of us to continue on paths of renewed relationship and reconciliation with the Salish people, who continue to struggle with the effects and the impacts of colonization. May we all do all we can to learn from our elders here in this territory. I also want to acknowledge that tomorrow is the 27th anniversary of the day 14 women had their lives taken from them at L'École Polytechnique in Montreal, Quebec. Communities all across our country will mark that anniversary because ours is a society in which women continue to be victimized by violence. Events around the world and the evidence of our scientific community call us to attend to the land that sustains us and the way we carry out our relationships with one another. How we care for the land, how we care for one another, how we express our hurts and express our compassions for the hurt suffered by others will shape the future for the generations that follow us. This is the ground that I occupy when I offer my thoughts, which will follow. In my tradition, we call what follows a prayer. It's important to note, though, that prayer is not the only way that one expresses hope, calls for support, and leans into an uncertain future with love, respect, generosity, and kindness. It's the way of my people. And if it is not yours, I invite you to take your place and care in this circle in whatever way you are able. Let us open ourselves then to the creating one, the one that animates life and calls all of us into living. Let us pray. Loving one, we give you thanks for those who have heard the call of their community and who have come forward to offer such service as they are able. Without their care and willing hearts, we would be much less than we are. Guiding one, we give thanks for all the ways we come to know and appreciate the many voices that speak for the ancient values of love, generosity, kindness, and respect in our community. Help us to be deeply curious, especially when those voices are captured by passion and outrage. May we have the gift to hear the pain beneath the words and discern ways by which we may travel your way together. Caring them, we give thanks for all the ways in which this community shares the many tasks before us, for the gifts of labor, wisdom, and attention to need that benefit the entire community. Calling them, we give thanks for all the ways in which you bring us together, sharing in common cause the safety, security, freedom, and sanctity of the lives that depend upon our combined efforts. Help us to see that each of us is only as strong, stable, secure, and well cared for as are those who are numbered amongst the least by the greater culture. Help us to bend our efforts and our wills to the benefit of those who are not heard, who are not protected, who are not housed, who are not fed, who are not yet blessed by the love and care of our community. May every member of our community know themselves to be as held in your light, blessed in your love, cared for in your heart, and called forth to greatness, as are those here gathered on this day, at this time. Amen.
Thank you, Minister. So I'd like to call the meeting to order, and I have a motion here to approve the agenda. Moved and seconded. Thank you. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Thank you. So we're going to move to the reports of committee, and this is from the November 7th, 2016 Committee of the Whole recommendations, and I'm going to ask each councillor to read out the motions with respect to the committee appointments. So I'd ask Councillor Duncan if you could read the motion 511.
Thank you, Your Worship. City of Duncan Council appointments to select committees for 2017. That Council endorse the City of Duncan select committee appointments for 2017 as follows. Number 1, Advisory Committee on Disability Issues, Councillor Jackson, Chair, and Councillor Bell. Number 2, Advisory Design Panel, Councillor Staples, non-voting member. Number 3, Environment and Sustainability Committee, Councillor Jackson, Chair, and Councillor Duncan. 4, Tourism Committee, Councillor Duncan, Chair, and Councillors Horgan and Jackson. Totem Subcommittee, Councillors Horgan and Staples.
Okay.
On behalf of Councillor Move.
Okay, seconder?
Second.
Thank you, seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. So I'll call on Councillor Jackson to read out motion for number 512.
Thank you, Your Worship. External council appointments, non-voting members for 2017, that council endorse the external council appointments, non-voting for 2017 as follows. Chamber of Commerce, Councillor Horgan. Cowichan Community Kitchen, Councillor Jackson. Cowichan Exhibition Society, Councillor Duncan. Chesterfield Sports Society, Councillor Bruce. Cowichan Tribe Liaisons, Mayor Kent and Councillors Horgan and Staples. Downtown Business Improvement Area Society, Councillor Staples. Duncan Cowichan Summer Festival, Councillor Duncan. Cowichan Historical Society, Councillor Horgan. And Valley Seniors Organization, Councillors Bell and Staples.
That's so moved. Is there a seconder? Thank
Second.
you. Seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Thank you.
I'd like to move external council appointments, voting members for 2017. The council endorse the external council appointments, voting members for 2017 as follows. Island Savings Commission, Councillors Jackson and Duncan. Cowichan Valley Regional District Board, CVRD, Councillor Jackson and Mayor Kent, alternate. Vancouver Island Regional Library Board, Councillor Duncan, Councillor Horgan, alternate. North Cowichan Parks and Recreation Committee, Councillor Bell and Councillor Bruce, alternate. CVRD Community Safety Advisory Commission, Councillor Horgan. Joint Utilities Board, Councillors Horgan and Staples. Aboriginal Homeless, Councillor Jackson.
Okay. That's moved. Is there a seconder? Seconded. Any discussion? Councillor Jackson?
The CSAC is actually Councillor Jackson.
I thought it was Councillor Horgan. Wasn't
I
it?
don't see on here. It is?
Okay. With that amendment, thank you.
Amend that.
It's moved and seconded. We won't, it's a friendly amendment, so it was just a typo. So I'm going to call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. So we move to item 514, and I'll call on Councillor Bell to read the motion.
The appointments of acting mayor and committee of the whole chair. That council approve the 2017 acting mayor and committee of the whole chair appointments as follows. January, Councillor Bell. February and March, Councillor Bruce. April and May, Councillor Duncan. June and July, Councillor Horgan. August and September, Councillor Jackson. October and November, Councillor Staples. And December, Councillor Bell.
Okay, so moves. A seconder?
Second.
Seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Okay. I'll move to my annual address. I want to welcome each and every one of you to the City of Duncan's annual meeting to celebrate the special contributions of just some of our citizens. I'd like to acknowledge our presence on the traditional territory of the Cowichan's First People. We welcome a number of City's Freemen here this evening, and some who weren't able to make it, Glenn Mackey and Joan Gillette, have given their regrets. I'd like to welcome Michael Coleman, Freeman of the City, as well. And I thank you for coming. It's very important to the city. We have a number of former councillors here tonight, and I'd like to welcome Ray Cataract is here. We have John Richmond is also here. And Jim Kasarik, he's in attendance. Thank you, Jim. And we also have former Councillor Joe Thorne as well here tonight. So thank you again for attending. I want to recognize our members of the Volunteer Fire Department here tonight. We have Chief Mike McKinley is here tonight. And I don't see Deputy Chief, is he? Oh, Deputy Chief Art Sanderson just behind him, back in the room. And all the officers here tonight from the Duncan Fire Department, thank you for coming. It's also an honor to always have representatives from the Duncan North Council and RCMP, and I thank you for coming as well. I want to give special acknowledgement and sincere thank you to all of our city employees for their dedication on behalf of the City of Duncan this past year. I also want to acknowledge the members of our Tourism Totem Subcommittee, Environment and Sustainability Committee, Advisory Committee on Disability Issues, and the Advisory Design Panel for volunteering their time and sharing their expertise with the city. A sincere thank you for that, and many of the members here are here tonight. Council is at the midterm of our mandate. It's important that Council maintains its focus to ensure that we facilitate and enable the aspirations and needs of our citizens in our business community. We have completed many projects towards reaching the goals and vision of our community in the first half of our term. Some specific projects of note are the water and flood protection infrastructure. We've worked collaboratively with our community partners, North Cowichan, Cowichan Tribes, and Cowichan Valley Regional District to provide the critical infrastructures to protect access and safety of water supply and protect homes and businesses from future flood risk and damage. In the past 2 years, we have also continued to plan and complete a number of road reconstruction projects, park improvements, and maintenance of city assets that contribute to the resilience of this community. Our work in the first half of 2017 will include a review of the priorities of the City of Duncan. And the first opportunity in many, many years for the citizens to be engaged in a fulsome study and dialogue about how they vision the governance of their community. I want to acknowledge the work of North Cowichan Council and Duncan's Council specifically, and also the two councillors from both councils who served on the committee to develop the terms of reference for the Citizens' Assembly, who will be tasked with developing recommendations to both councils on the question of amalgamation. The opportunity for citizens to participate in this unique process began this month. I encourage all citizens to take keen interest in learning about and discussing the future of your incredible community. 2016 has been undoubtedly an interesting and challenging year. The way forward for all of us may look somewhat uncertain, but with resolve and commitment to continued improvement, we can achieve greater success. We have distinct advantages and opportunities in the city and region, and the substantial upgrade to communications infrastructure has placed us as one of the top connected communities in North America. And the BC Business Magazine has placed Duncan as one of the best 2017 cities for work in BC. I've begun to reach out for development of new strategies to realize these economic opportunities. I'm also very encouraged by the pace of new development for both residential and commercial projects in the city, planned and underway. We continue to work towards a more streamlined and robust development process to ensure we maintain the vibrancy and the quality of our neighborhoods. Having just completed our 2016 citizen survey, the results show that the overall satisfaction with the service and programs provided by the City of Duncan has continued to increase over the last 2 years. However, clear feedback with respect to citizens' perception around safety and security have been noted. We will work to address these issues with our partners and look forward to solutions that respect the needs of everyone. Council can only achieve its goals with the help of all our constituents, working collaboratively with citizens, business, nonprofit organizations, First Nations, and our local and regional government partners. We together are the architects of our future. In closing, I want, on behalf of City Council and all of our staff, to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas. And that concludes my address. And this starts the fun part of the meeting. So I'm going to ask Council to just move to the chairs in the front, and we will continue with the agenda. Okay, I'd like to start the award ceremony by inviting Councillor Staples forward to present the City of Duncan Perpetual Arts Award for 2016. Councillor Staples.
So tonight, I'm lucky to present this award to someone that I've actually known for a number of years. Someone who has influenced my son's life in an incredible way and made it so that he can stand in front of a crowd of people like this and not be afraid. Gia was born in Regina into a musical family. Her father was a musician who moved around a bit when she was younger. She lived in Regina, Las Vegas, and Calgary before settling down in small towns Saskatchewan, Mayfield, and Kissy Lake. She grew up with a love of music. Her passion is the piano. She went to the University of Regina to study music and teaching. In 1989, Gia moved to Duncan and began teaching music in the French immersion program, where she's been ever since. Gia's passion to see kids grow through musical is impressive. Through her years as a teacher, she has shown drive, devotion, and dedication to children's development. She's worked tirelessly to inspire thousands of students to excel in amazing musical performances and help them realize outstanding achievements in the arts. Gia has a supportive network of teachers, principals, and support staff to help her along the way, many of whom are in the audience here tonight to recognize her. This award is supported by the Cowichan Valley Arts Council and Duncan Free Press. This year, the Arts Award, Keep Her Peace, has been generously donated by a local photographer, Natalie Mainsey. Her piece is an image of a bouquet, which is about memories. And I can tell you from all of the years that I've been going to École Canal and École Mount Provost, Gia has created a lot of memories. The piece is a big bouquet. A bouquet is a thank you offering in celebration of a moment and or a feeling. And one of the things that the kids say about Gia is that she expresses her feelings after every concert. When her bouquet is handed to her, her heart is so filled that it spills over into the room. And every time the kids tease her, but they do it because of how much they love and how much she inspires them. Gia gave countless of hours to help artists, and like memories of a bouquet, her efforts will have a lasting impact on the arts community and the thousands of students whose lives she has touched and spirits she has ignited. It's with great pleasure that I ask you to join me in congratulating Gia Jane for receiving the 2016 Perpetual Arts Trophy for the City of Duncan.
This is not good. Just give me a second. This truly is an honor. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful job, and I'm so lucky to be able to touch so many children's lives with the wonderful subject of music. And it's an honor to receive this in recognition of that work. And I want to thank any staff members that I've ever worked with. You've been incredible, and some of them are here tonight, as well as some music colleagues that I bounce ideas off with and share this wonderful job with. And it's also great to see some of my friends here tonight. Thank you very much for coming, and thanks again for this honor.
Okay, I'm going to ask Councillor Bruce, who is anxious to give out his award, to present the City of Duncan Perpetual Excellence and Sportsmanship Trophy for 2016. Councillor Bruce.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. In the world of sports, I get the honor of presenting the Trophy for Excellence and Sportsmanship, and presented to Glenn Martin this year. Glenn, put your hand up so we can all see you. I'm going to read out a little bit about Glenn here, and you can all look at him. Glenn was born in Duncan in 1960 to parents Bob and Barb. He is the third of 5 siblings, so that makes you the middle child. Is that correct? That is great. Brian, Debbie, Shelley, and Barry, are you all here too? Or we got the whole crew? Yeah, that's great. He married Lynn in 1985, and they have 2 children, Robbie and Barbara. Glenn is being recognized for his excellence in sportsmanship. He has a long career in both golf and soccer. Glenn started golfing when he was 10 years old at March Meadows Golf Course. His dad was working construction at March Meadows and took Brian and Glenn with him to the golf course one day. That is when the Martin brothers fell in love with the game of golf. 3 years later, Glenn won the March Meadows Junior Championship, beating his older brother, Brian. You were sick. Brian was sick that time. So 3 years later, Glenn went on to participate and win many junior club championships and men's club championships. Around the age of 10, Glenn started playing soccer with his dad as the coach. And I think his dad inspired him. He went on to become a coach himself in 1979. And in 1998, he was recruited to coach the Cowichan Dynamo Gold team. In 2002, 2003, the Cowichan Dynamo U16 won the provincial championships. In 2004, 2005, the Cowichan Dynamo U18 won the provincial championships again under his leadership. In 2005, Glenn started coaching the Division I men's team, the top team in the Cowichan Valley. They have won the Jackson Cup 4 times in the last 6 years, qualified for the provincials every year for the last 7 years, and won the league the last 2 years in a row. Glenn Martin is truly dedicated to his team. On November 24th, he participated in his 1100th straight practice and game. Congrats. It's great pleasure that I ask you to join me in congratulating Glenn Martin for receiving a 2016 Perpetual Trophy for Excellence in Sportsmanship from the City of Duncan. Glenn? Want to say a few words? Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much. It's a real honor here. I thank the mayor for having it on a Monday night instead of a Tuesday or Thursday, because I wouldn't have been here. No chance. Making 1,100 practicing games in a row is a little bit crazy, so people are accusing me of being, I call it COD, but it's OCP or something. Or C, whatever it is. But that's what I do. I love it. I want to thank my wife for, well, she likes me when I'm at the house anyway, I think, so. And my family for being here. I'd like to thank Barry for starting to kick my ass in golf, and Brian, that's why I quit golfing. So I coach soccer. So other than that, well, thank you very much, everybody. Thanks, Roger. Wish you played soccer. I heard you're a pretty good athlete. Oh, baseball guy, right? Anyway, thanks a lot.
There you go. We got a big one for you here, too.
Whoa.
I just want to comment a little bit, because I've known Glenn for quite a few years, and we were colleagues coaching in soccer for a whole number of years. And I got a chance to go out for, it's been a while, to go out and see the Division I men's team play here up at the new field up at Sherman park probably 3 weeks ago, maybe a little longer. Wasn't a particularly good night. It was raining. But I want to say that a good leader in coaching in sports is very analogous to good leaders across the community generally. And what I noted, I have to say, Glenn, that was probably the most well-executed soccer game I have ever seen those guys play. They understood their roles. They were in their positions at all times. They moved the play around to the strength of the field and used every part, which I think is very analogous about how a community is better run. You have to use everybody, and they have to understand their roles, and they have to know where to be and when to be there. So congratulations on that success, and congratulations generally. Great knowing you. So I'll call on Councillor Tom Duncan to give the City of Duncan Scroll of Honor designation for 2016.
Thank you, Your Worship. And this year's 2016 Scroll of Honor will be presented to Marina Stanko. The city received letters from the Kinsman and Kinnett Clubs of Duncan, the Special Olympics Cowichan Valley, and the Clements Center Society nominating Marina as this year's Scroll of Honor recipient. All of these organizations spoke of Marina's 20-plus years of volunteer commitment, her work on countless projects, and her dedication to helping people. Marina Stanko and her family moved to the Cowichan Valley in 1964, where her husband Tom taught at the occupational program at Mount Provost School and later became the work experience coordinator for the school district. Marina stayed home with their 5 children for the first year and then taught school for 2 years at Satlam School to acquire her permanent teaching certificate. When all the children were in school, that must have taken a while, 5 of them, she went back to teaching, first at Gibbons Road School and later at Alexander. She retired from teaching in 1995. In 1992, Marina joined the board of Cowichan Valley Association for Community Living, now the Clements Center Society. Marina served as in many positions with the Clements Center Society, including 10 years as the president of the organization. Marina also volunteered on the executive of the Cowichan Valley Special Olympics as registrar. In addition, Marina and her late husband Tom worked to increase collaboration between the Kinsman and Kinnett Clubs of Duncan and the Clements Center Society, which resulted in a number of successful joint projects. Marina's colleagues describe her as a humble person who does not speak of her own contributions, someone that can be counted upon when problems arise, and a calm voice of reason during difficult times. Over the years, Marina's relationships with people participating in the programs and services of these organizations demonstrates the caring, compassionate, and kind person that she is. Thanks to Marina's efforts, many citizens of Duncan have developed a sense of confidence and belonging. Please join me in congratulating Marina Stanko for being awarded the 2016 Scroll of Honor from the City of Duncan.
Revelstoke in 1964. We moved from Revelstoke in 1964 with our 5 children, and it's a wonderful place to live. And we've certainly gained from the things that we have done with other committees, all the things you said. I mean, I can't name them all again, but it has been a wonderful way to get to know people and a wonderful way to realize how much wealth there is in this community. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I know a couple of details. So.
Okay, great, thanks. I have 2 of my daughters here.
Yeah, tonight. I know. Just known her for a long time. Okay, that ends the celebration part, other than the fact that we want to welcome each and every one of you to stay and enjoy some refreshments on the city. We have cheese and wine and some vegetables and other things here. So if you want to just start to mingle, move out into the entry hallway or into the committee room. We're going to clear the chairs out of the committee room so there's room for people to mill around. So just relax and welcome, and thanks for coming tonight. Really appreciate you. I will do that. Thank you. I did call for a motion to adjourn. Thank you. Moved and seconded by Councillor Duncan. All in favor? Opposed? And we are adjourned. Thank you.